Coming up on Mountain News this morning, one church in Lawrence County is working to help keep the local economy going while raising some spirits. And here in Perry County, we talked with the owner of a local bookstore about how she is keeping her business afloat after new statewide in-person service restrictions. Plus, as people continue to take precautions, we talked with one local jailer about how they are keeping inmates safe from COVID-19.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. The time is now 5:32 and I'm Lacey Roberts. Thank you for joining us on Mountain News This Morning. And I know that we've been teasing it all week that this sun is going to come out and we can bring in Brandon to talk about this. But right now in the morning and for the past couple of mornings, fog has been the main issue that we have to just get through before we can get to that sunshine.
Exactly. And thankfully there's not much clouds above it this morning, just a few maybe down south. Skies have cleared out. That's why it's a little bit cooler. You'll notice that as you head out the door this morning. We're looking outside the WYMT studios. Very foggy here in Hazard. A lot of folks seeing that patchy, dense fog. So just give yourself plenty of time to get around. As mentioned, cooler, 39 Danville, 38 in Middlesboro. Everybody back into the 40s now, except for Jonesville there at 37. Harlan right there on the cusp at 40. Could fall into the upper 30s here before the newscast is done. But the warmer air already building in. 49 Owensboro, Paducah, 48 in Bowling Green, 51 in Louisville. Still a little cool 40 there in the Tri-Cities. Day planner for today. We're heading up, and we're heading up quick once that sunshine comes out. Mid-70s possible today, low to mid-70s for sure, with lots of sunshine. We'll talk about the extended forecast here in just a little bit. Lacey.
Thank you, Brandon. As students and their families wait out the COVID-19 pandemic, many are growing a little crazy, but a new game that keeps social distancing in mind may be one way to make it all a little more bearable. To help fight the gloom of isolation, homes and businesses in Pike County are working together on a stuffed bear scavenger hunt to provide a small outing during the unsure days ahead. Those in the community have expressed their appreciation for the initiative.
I walked out one day to take garbage out and 4 cars were coming down really slow down my driveway, and there were little kids' little faces up against the window just pointing and counting.
City leaders are glad to see the kids excited as photos flooded Facebook showing how a community can come together with one goal. To find out how you can join in on the fun, you can go to our website, WYMT.com. And if you are stuck inside looking for something to do, local artist Lacey Hale is designing free coloring pages for anyone to download. They include a T-Rex, a unicorn, and even the governor, just to name a few. Hale says she is thankful to have a talent that she can use in this way.
You know, all this is free, and I think that's important right now. I mean, we all need to make some money, but I've been really blessed that a lot of people have bought my work, have supported me in different ways, and so this is a way that I can give back to my greater community.
If you are interested in a coloring page yourself, you can go to the Art by Lacey Hale Facebook page to download it. She uploads a new page nearly every day. And one church in Lawrence County is working to help keep the local economy going while raising some spirits. The Table is a church based out of Louisa. The church has moved all services online, but they still have some volunteers in the community helping around the area. Now, what they've started doing is a campaign called Kindness is Contagious. And what they essentially do is order takeout food or delivery from a local restaurant and take it to a business that is considered essential and is open. Something like a hospital or a dialysis center.
It just warms your heart, like to be able to help in a time that everybody's wondering what's going to happen and how are we going to manage. It just makes you feel really good.
Those at the church say a big chunk of the money used to do this was given to them by an anonymous donor. They hope to see this trend catch on in other places. And Summit Community Church in Perry County is looking for help to create care packages for some of the most vulnerable during this time. Just a few of the items needed include oatmeal, peanut butter, canned foods, bottled water, and soap. Pastor Mark Holmes says these items can be dropped off at the church.
Well, I think it removes from them the worry of, I need this, I can't go out. Does anybody even know that I have this need? So just to help them with somebody is thinking about you, even if you don't realize that we are.
Combs also says that they need people to deliver these packages. To see a full list of items that they are asking for, you can visit our website at WYMT.com. And for now, Goodwill stores will no longer accept drop-off donations at their Kentucky stores. This comes as all stores are closed to customers and workers statewide. The tentative reopening date for all Goodwill stores in Kentucky is scheduled for April 6th. And Hazard is home to a new little bookstore called the Red Spotted Newt. And after February flooding closed the store for a few days, it was back up and running in no time. But now with new restrictions the governor has placed on businesses, the owner is having to change things up a little bit. WYMT Will Puckett has more.
After the February floods, owner Mandy Scheffel has the Red Spotted Newt back up and running.
That happened quickly. The community rallied. I got a lot of support and love during that time, and I felt like business went on as usual.
After weathering that storm, Scheffel had no idea March would bring a cloud possibly worse than the month before.
It's a hard decision for me to even be here today. I don't know what the right decision is. I don't know. I want to do what's best for the community and keep everybody safe and healthy, and also my family.
So Scheffel comes in 2 times a week. Wednesdays and Saturdays, she fills orders, and for some, waits to hand them their books by the curb.
Money's still coming in. It's definitely not what it was, but there is some money coming in, enough to cover overhead.
As she moves to focusing her sales online, she sees this as something she had been planning to do for a while, but has never had time.
And I had kind of been putting that on the back burner. I didn't really have a website going. I wasn't doing any kind of online sales, and this has forced me to really look at that.
Now she hopes there's just a month where her store is completely open and booming.
And that was Will Puckett reporting. Mandy says her online business is doing really well so far, but that is a short-term fix, and that if it lasts more than a few months, it could be a different story. And Ollie's had its grand opening during the pandemic in Corbin, and they opened their new location just off Highway 25 East on Wednesday morning. Mayor Susie Rasmus is happy to have the new business, but was concerned with the crowds the opening day drew after hearing reports of a full parking lot. Rasmus just hopes anyone going inside plans to practice social distancing.
That is not social distancing. And while they may be perfectly healthy, if just one person has been exposed to COVID, then that means they have just infected a huge part of our population.
Rasmus says the jurisdiction goes to the Knott County Health Department if there were any complaints about the amount of people inside the store. And as me and Brandon have been mentioning all day and today, the weather is warmer and people are trying to get out of the house. Today's a good day, but Wolf and Powell County officials are telling people not to go to the Red River Gorge if they're not familiar with it. They say it's getting crowded, and because of the coronavirus, they are not able to be out as much as usual. They say on Tuesday, a hiker got lost. They found the person safe. Authorities are encouraging people to stay close to home when outdoors and avoid putting others at risk. And as the coronavirus spreads, there are concerns about the safety of Kentucky's overcrowded jails. The Commonwealth is taking steps to help prevent the spread, and many states are releasing nonviolent inmates who are over the age of 60. Now, Governor Beshear says that the state is looking into other options as well. WYMT's Emily Bennett talked to a local jailer about the precautions the jail is taking and what he thinks of inmates being released.
On a typical day, this jail has people flowing in and out of their doors. But now, because of COVID-19, it is on lockdown.
They don't want any chance of them having contact with people.
Inmates are no longer being transferred.
Wherever they are is where they're at.
And those just arrested have a full medical exam before entering.
When we do get new intakes, they have to stay up front in the smaller cells for 14 days for they're cleared to go to the back.
Outside work programs are now shut down, so inmates are working inside the jail.
We've got them cleaning just about round the clock, keeping everything wiped down.
Jailer Danny Clark says the Department of Corrections is going over inmates' files to see who they could possibly release.
I hope they pay a lot of attention to those inmates that are 60 and above.
Governor Beshear said he got a proposal for releasing inmates early, and he is looking at the options.
That's a process we're going through, and it's a process we also have to be careful about, because as we make sure that we are reducing contacts, we need to make sure any mechanism that allows that to happen, make sure that they have been separated from the rest of the population for a certain period of time.
Trying to find the best way to keep everyone safe. In Leslie County, Emily Bennett, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, Clark did say he has a handful of inmates released from Leslie and Bell counties, as counties are going over their files to see if any meet the nonviolent and older than 60 criteria. Troopers with Kentucky State Police arrested a Leslie County man after a shooting. According to court documents, this man, a 42-year-old Laney Gibson, shot another man during a burglary Sunday. He faces charges of burglary, first-degree assault, wanton endangerment, and possession of a handgun by a convicted felon. The search for a missing woman in Leslie County continues. She went missing after a car crash this past weekend. Water swept her away into Cutchin Creek early Saturday morning. Now, this is video from earlier this week. The water is up about 2 or 3 inches and is making efforts difficult. They do expect to continue the search today. And later we'll show you how thousands of Kentuckians are using social media to celebrate Governor Andy Beshear and how he has handled the COVID-19 crisis in the Commonwealth.
Sunny and mild. That's the forecast for the day, and for the most part, the weekend ahead doesn't look too bad either. I'll have it for you in about 3 minutes.